Welcome back to our video series on working with Discovery Education. This is what I envision as being the third video in the series. Obviously, you can watch these in any order that you'd like. What we're going to look at today is we're going to take a tour across the top menu bar and dive into some of the tools that we have here. We've looked at how to get into Discovery Education, how to register for the first time, and we've taken a look at how to get to content, whether it's by curriculum standards or digging in with an advanced search or just going down by subject or keyword. So again, we're going to go across the top toolbar today. We're going to look at my content first, and this will be just a little bit of a refresher from the last video. I just wanted to reiterate that this is a place that you collect and organize and can share content from. What you're doing here is you're saving links and you're organizing without downloading content, which is especially important, obviously, when we talk about video. I would suggest there may be times when you want to download, especially if you are expecting to have a sub in your room, or again, if there are particular times where we have slow internet connection during the day. If you're using video, we have not been experiencing that a lot lately, luckily, but also because you are using technology in a lesson, and it's always a good idea to have a backup plan when you're using technology. You can stream all the video you want usually without any sort of issue, but there's always that time when you really need it and you, for whatever reason, it's just not working. So what I would suggest is maybe downloading a video for an upcoming lesson or a particular lesson for a day or two, and then having that as a backup and then just deleting it when you're done. We're going to go over to the next tool then, Builder Tools. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it really is its own topic, but again, just a refresher that these are ways that you can collect content and turn them into different types of assignments or prompts for students to do. And the nice thing about these is that you can assign content and create a link that gives students access to that content without having to have a username and password. So that's the strength of doing assignment builders, using the assignment builder or a quiz builder, which may seem on the face of it like something that we have lots of other tools that we can use to do that, electronic tools that we can use to do those kinds of things. But that is the strength in, again, that it allows you to create a link that gives students access to content without having to have a username or password, which we do not give to students. Classroom Manager, it used to be a good tool. I think that we have quite a few things. Haiku, obviously, being the main one here at Euclid Schools. There are other tools like Google Classroom that do a lot of the things probably better than it is done here. So we'll kind of skip over that. The Teacher Center, a few things of note here. I just want to highlight some of these. The Ready Zone. This is, excuse me, this is a way, this is not something that I have used a lot, but just something that'll help you dive into how to create a classroom, how to create an assignment builder. Those are kind of the main things. There are some PD things here, some training things in here. One of my personal favorites, actually I'm going to jump a little bit, one of my personal favorite items in here is the calendar. And one of the things that does for you is gives you sort of a this date in history kind of thing. So if we, we have today selected, today's January 13th, then I've got a bunch of topics over here. So if I choose, let's do biography, for example. So on this day in 1850, we've got some information about Charlotte Ray, the first black female lawyer in the United States. So you have a little bit of whether it's bio or news and math or something, and then some related content. So this link will take us either to a picture or a video, or in some cases you have multiple opportunities to look at something to sort of extend the conversation about something in history or something of note in maybe science that is going on today, is just extending it past the conversation level and delving into looking at again images or watching a short video or something like that. Now we're going to go back. My other favorite thing in here that I really like is the Discovery Atlas interactive app. And this is great for starting discussion and interacting with Discovery Education content in a different way. And as you see here, you have a map. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. A map that is interactive. And as you scroll over countries, they highlight. You can select countries by name, especially. It's obviously especially useful for looking for a geographically tiny country. But let's say I wanted to look at China, and this might just be something that you pull up on the board at the beginning of the day or during a social studies lesson. And what you've got is, if I choose, see, I then get the option to choose culture, government, say for example. If I choose China and government, I'm going to get content. Usually it's video about government in China. Now there's no way, really no way here to filter by age level. It tends to be sort of more middle and high school appropriate level-wise. We'll look at history, but a really interesting way, I think, to interact with the content and get to content and to foster conversation. Those are again, my two favorites, the calendar and the Discovery Atlas interactive map. There are also some other useful tools I think that people don't necessarily always realize are here, like the lesson plan library. These are lesson plans that are designed specifically with Discovery Education content in mind. Sometimes I think that's a barrier to teachers using Discovery Education, is trying to, we have things that we do, from year to year that we know that work and they're in our plan. This may help you sort of pull content in. Thematic focus, I have not really ever looked at, if I recall correctly. Yeah, this is not really, it's a little different than lesson plans. It's just more of themes for a day, and there are a lot of things in the archive that you can look at there. STEM Connect obviously is delving specifically into science, technology, engineering videos, and that's just another way to get to the content. But the three winners here, Calendar, Atlas, and I would say the lesson plan library as well, are definitely worth a look. Last on our tour across the menu bar is professional development, and hopefully that'll come up for us in a moment. A few things here of note. This is a sort of a clearinghouse for all things training for Discovery Education. So a lot of the things really anything that you need to know about Discovery Education, starting absolutely from the basics. So if I go to the basics, I can start as simply as getting a tutorial about searching by keyword. So if I click on that, what it's going to do for me is give me just a quick tutorial like so. But I also, if I'm a auditory or visual learner, in that I like to have something explained to me, I can certainly go and see if there, oftentimes, depending on your subject, there will be a video that will run you through what that topic is. So I can literally watch a video, a DE created video about searching by keyword. And that content is available for lots of different types of things. So I see even search by curriculum standards has its own link. It'll give me a description on how that works specifically, and then usually even a video describing how that works as well. Interactive training is not something that I have used too much. In fact, it doesn't even look like it's going to work today for some reason. So obviously we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. But that's more about, obviously, as you can see here, about integrating Discovery Education into your classroom. I think that this spotlight on strategies may be at least as useful in doing that, because what those are teacher-created strategies on integrating DE content into the classroom, and they are not necessarily lessons, but they are strategies. And as you can see here, for strategies for things like citing evidence, sequence, summarizing, and these will take you to obviously lessons. I shouldn't say obviously, but that's why we're looking at this. But a lesson on a brief lesson on how to, in this case, let's go over here to on point of view and purpose. multiple perspectives. This will be a lesson that is a little mini lesson that is created by an actual teacher, and you'll see them explain how they use Discovery Education content working on multiple perspectives, and sometimes it will, and usually it will include the content that that those teachers use as well. So again, this has been our tour across the top toolbar in Discovery Education. We will continue with this series and dive into yet more advanced features, and please continue to keep an eye out for more of these videos, and hopefully at some point there'll be quizzes associated with these videos also, and hopefully we'll get them collected soon in a spot that maybe we can use them for professional development as well. Thanks for watching.